Hey Drew, I know you all don't like to get too high or too low, but what kind of emotion or fire is needed, in your opinion, to come back when you're down 2-0?
At the end of the day, we feel like they did what they're supposed to do. They were home. They protected the home court. They're up 2-0, no matter if we lost by 20 or by 1 point. I think the biggest part for us is building that chemistry and getting to a rhythm. And I feel like going home and protecting our home court gives us some confidence and something to look forward to, and then our crowd does that for us as well. So looking forward to these days to prepare and really get back out there and show what we got.
Is there one thing that maybe or maybe not like frustrates you or bugs you about the way you all lost? I know you kind of said it doesn't matter if it's by 2 or 20 or whatever it may be. But as a competitor, is there anything that makes you upset about?
I mean, the loss sucks. The loss sucks. It's very frustrating to lose like that, or shoot, to even lose at all. We feel like we're better than what we're playing, and we know that. But at this point, we can't really be down, and we got to stay positive. We got to be able to really just lock in, go back, look at the film. Pay attention to details, and especially defensively, we gotta do better.
Jim Ozarski.
Jrue, well, speaking of defensively, I mean, that was obviously the emphasis in post game of game one, was to do different things or be better. So what did not work then, I guess, in the early going, where they were able to kind of, I think the first quarter, that 18-7 run, that kind of blew over?
Man, I think that's something that we got to go back and look at. Sometimes when you come out and you're hitting and you're knocking down shots, and you're moving the ball and they're knocking down shots, the rim gets this big. And from there, we have to try to do our best to shrink the rim a little bit. And tonight, again, they came out, hit us in the mouth, and kept rolling.
I guess conversely, though, can it go the other way, where if the shots aren't falling early for a second straight game, where the rim shrinks on your end and it's a little harder to get yourself going in that way, I guess, if it's big for them, but tightening up for you guys on the offensive end?
I think that offensively we need to move the ball a little bit more. I think we got to make some better plays. For others, we all feel like we can get to the paint, and especially when we get down, we feel like we can do it ourselves. But against a team like the Brooklyn Nets, with the scores that they have, with the defense that they're playing, we got to be able to do it together, make the right plays, get open shots from the beginning. So, again, something else we got to just go back and watch film and look at tendencies, what they do on defense, where our wide open shots are going to be, getting into the paint and making plays for others.
Eric Jane.
Jrue, offensively, we talked about balance the other night, like moving the ball, executing, kind of doing those things. Do you feel like you've fallen into the trap 2 games in a row of trying to play that ISO game against them, or do you not consider it a trap, or just kind of what are you thinking offensively that you keep falling into that?
I think we struggle. I think we struggle to find the open man, to be able to play with the pass instead of just going one-on-one. Again, and when the team is hitting shots like that and it just looks like they're not missing, like I said, you just kind of feel like you can put everybody on your shoulders and do it by yourself, and that's me included. So I feel like as a team, we got to push the we got to push the pace, try to find a good balance in when to push the pace, and then when to set up our offense, get a good shot, and then from there, man, I really feel like we need to play with the pass and really get to our shots. I feel like they had damn near 30 assists, and we probably had 17, something like that. So we got to play for each other a little bit more.
Defensively, obviously, they're running that high pick and roll, whether it's KD or Kyrie, and then beating you guys off the pass, right? Like, it's beating off the dribble and then kind of starting that chain reaction. How do you guys contain the dribble a little bit better?
Just like you said, you got to take it to heart. You gotta have just a little bit more pride. I think being able to make them just shoot tough twos, do the best you can. Obviously, you got some great scorers out there, but really just trying to contain them, and then from there, kind of scramble out when they make those plays out to the 3.
Do you think it's something that can be done going over, or is this a situation where you guys are going to have to kind of switch? I know maybe that's not ideal with KD or Kyrie because they're both so good at the dribble, but is that a situation that you think switching is going to be the only way?
I don't know. We got to kind of exhaust every option. We threw some zone in there. We switch a little bit, but that's something that we got to go back at the film and look.
One more to Tim Bontemps.
Jrue, I was just curious, what do you think allowed the Nets to have more success keeping you guys from being able to get to the paint and to the rim in the way you were able to in Game 1?
I think for us, when we saw them hitting shots, we just came a little bit too selfish. And we tried to do it ourselves. We had some shots in the paint, but they were tough shots, contested by 2, sometimes 3 people. I feel like when we get in there, we kind of have to try to spray it out and get those wide open threes. We didn't shoot that well from 3 either, and that's probably because we didn't have that many wide open ones. So, and they did. So I really feel like we got to just be able to play off the pass a little bit better.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thanks, Jrue.
Khris, obviously another rough kind of start to the game for you. Just what were you seeing offensively?
It's just missed a couple ones I thought I could have, forced a couple ones I should not have. Just got to find, better rhythm, better shot selection, I think.
As they've just kind of switched against you guys offensively, what has that done to your execution, ball movement, and all of that?
I think we're just playing to their hands, playing one-on-one. I think that's what switching does is forces you to get out of your sets and play one-on-one. We still got to find a way to be aggressive, drive the ball, and play with the pass a little bit more.
Vinny Goodwill.
Hey, Chris, I'm curious, when the game starts off the way that it does and the league starts going to double figures and you can kind of see it getting away from you, mentally, is it frustrating to stay with it a little bit? Like, what is the mood of the team like while all of that is going on?
No, I mean, we've been down double digits many times in the first half, in the second half, and we still found ways to come back. That's all the message was, to stay with it, keep our composure, try to execute, try to defend better than we were. It just never happened for us.
Steve Ashburner.
Hi, Chris. Giannis was just here and talking about the need to play, to show bodies and play more physical. And yet tonight, Kevin Durant went to the line 5 times very early in the game, and you didn't send another Brooklyn player to the free throw line until it was long decided in the fourth quarter. Do you feel like you played physical enough against this team, and whether just out of frustration or sending a message, maybe would have liked to have played a little tougher?
I think by him saying that is just we just got to do a better job of getting those guys off their spots. They got everything they wanted, whichever way they wanted it, whether it was with the drives, with the ISOs, with the swings and extra passes. Got to find a way to eliminate, most of those things. Just force them to wherever we want them to go instead of them dictating it on the offensive end and on the defensive end.
Jim Lazarski.
Hey, Chris, there's been a couple of times this year where you guys as starters have not finished a game, and you've talked about that and what that kind of feels like going into the next one. So can you draw from that and just knowing that, okay, that's done, we've done this before this season, and come back and put together wins or winning streaks? Or is it truly all of that doesn't matter and it's just about, the game that you're in on Thursday?
Yeah, that doesn't matter right now in the playoffs. I mean, no matter if we finish the game or not, we won 2 games. Just because you win by 40 doesn't mean the series is over or they get an extra, win because of that. It's just one game that they won. So they're here. They're 2-0 right now. We got to find a way to win our first win at home.
All right, thanks, Chris.
Thanks.